Zambia's star attraction has long been Victoria Falls, the UNESCO World Heritage Site that it shares with Zimbabwe. Both countries benefit immensely from the numbers of tourists who come to see this impressive natural wonder. This is Mosi-oa-Tunya National Park, which follows the serpentine banks of the Zambezi River. This country is a pioneer in the walking safari. We put on our trekking shoes, left our 4x4 safari vehicle, and we're heading into the bush, looking for a more intimate experience of the African wilderness. Accompanied by one of the park's armed rangers and a guide, Amangoma, who briefed me on some of the rules of the bush, including not stressing animals by giving them a clear path to escape, and never running. He was not only on hand to point out game, but also trees and plants, birds and insects, animal tracks and droppings.
So if you look at the place itself, there's just a lot of activities that has happened. Okay. Firstly, when an elephant feeds on stuff, the digestion system is not that good. So small fruits like these, they do just come straight out through. But then there are two major animals that scatter the dung. There's mainly the baboon, they look for the fruit, and also monkeys go out looking for the fruit. And also sometimes you get guinea fowls as well, scattering the dung to just get insects or termites.
A typical walk may be only 5 kilometers over 3 or 4 hours, because there are frequent stops to discuss points of interest.
Yeah, that would be one dominant male. Maybe there could be other sub-adult males also with the group there.
Yeah.
Well blended, just below the low branch there.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, if we were on the road, we would never see them.
No, you wouldn't. These little things that make safari more enjoyable.
It's the interpretive and tactile nature of these walks which set it apart. A good guide will also share knowledge about how local communities engage with the bush to survive.
Animals feed off the inner nut, like this one they've cracked open. But then here also, traditionally also, we make use of the things around us. Like the nut of this one, we go out like in summer around now when the fruits are dry, we get as much as we can, then crack them open. The fruit is very, very dry. Okay. If it was very fresh, it's going to be like a size of a peanut, yes. And just tasting it, it tastes so good. It has a very nice flavor. And then putting it in vegetables, just makes it different.
Walking safaris try to pull visitors away from the concept of list ticking, the quest to photograph the cats and notch up the big 5. But Zambia is coming to realize that the walking safari is one way it stands out from its neighbors.
One of the key areas that we need to do more on as a country is marketing. As you know, we haven't done very well in the area of marketing. And so this is a great opportunity. We think it is much more sustainable and it is much more people-centered.
But are they not worried by the sound of our crunching feet and our voices?
I don't think they are, because if you look at them, they're like moving the ear independently from one side to the other, trying to be sure exactly where they're getting the noise from. Okay. But they're pretty much relaxed.
And this is the kind of thing that you can see on a walking safari. Rhino often stay well away from the road, quite skittish and shy animals. We've come across them. It may not all be headline sightings, but it is a more intimate experience of the wilderness without the noise of an engine nor the pollution of exhaust fumes.
On the ground, you're much more in tune to nature and the signs of nature versus being on the back of a vehicle. But on the other side of the coin is you do see a limited amount on foot, just simply because of the amount of ground you can cover in a vehicle versus on foot. So that's probably the primary difference. You will see a lot more in a vehicle, but you'll see a lot less, but a lot more up close and personal on foot.